Hey everybody, it's Tina Brock, producing artistic director here at the Idiopathic Ridiculopathy Consortium in Philadelphia. And I host a weekly show produced by the IRC called Into the Absurd, a virtually existential dinner conversation, where for just about 50 to 60 minutes every Saturday afternoon, we explore the lives, the hearts, the minds, the spirits of creators in our community in Philadelphia here, around the area, around the country, and around the world. And it has been just a delight and a pleasure to meet with you every week, to meet with these artists, some of whom we knew and some of whom we are getting to know for the first time as collaborators and as co-conspirators in this thing called art that we do, and have been presented with so many challenges, so many real life challenges, existential challenges over this last year as we've all made our way together through what it means to be in the performing arts, certainly on a hiatus for a while, what we've thought about, this time for reflection and pause, how this has affected our work, how it is going to affect the choices that we're making and what we're going to be doing when we get back out onto the stages and in the studios and on the page and just in all of the places in which we create art. It has been a joy, and thank you for being there with us over this last year. Your energy and your questions for our guests and just helping us to navigate all of this together. A wonderful place for us to meet and dock the boat every Saturday, and you've been just integral in that process. If you're just discovering Into the Absurd for the first time, we are planning on being here even after we get back out onto the stage safely, whenever that may be, hopefully in 2021. But then we can have the conversations with the directors and the artists, the actors, the musicians, the dancers, all of the folks that are writing and backstage and helping to make the magic that we've so desperately yearned for and missed over this last year. So that's how you can become a part of the conversation. If you're on the IRC's mailing list, you'll get a link from us every week to come on into the Zoom dining room Saturdays at 5 p.m. If not, head on over to Idiopathic Ridiculopathy Consortium and sign up for our mailing list, and then you'll get that link every week. You can always find us on Idiopathic Ridiculopathy Consortium on Facebook Live, streaming at 5. And we have housed past episodes at Idiopathic Ridiculopathy Consortium over on YouTube. And some 40 plus episodes are housed over there. And when you're there, hey, subscribe and help us to be able to grow our audience base for this show and for the work, the very important existential work that we've all been doing over these last couple of years. The IRC is generally telling the stories of the existentialist authors from mid-20th century up until now, and it seemed right and proper that we would put on the stage those artists who are going through as we all did this last year, some very existentially challenging times. Those are the stories that we've wanted to tell, and it's been such a beautiful and wonderful experience. To that end, I hope you'll join us on Saturday, April the 17th, when Dan Scully joins us at the ITA dinner table. Dan is a writer, a humorist, a filmmaker, and a script doctor who lives in South Philadelphia. After a decade of performing stand-up comedy with great success, he is now segueing over into the world of filmmaking and writing, but typically with a comedic flair. And he works as a film critic for cinema76.com, findy.com, and moviejohn.com. He also hosts a weekly podcast called I Like to Movie. So we'll talk to Dan about his new foray, or his putting all of those pieces together, where all of the film, the writing, the comedy, where it all intersects, and specifically about his new project, producing a horror anthology here shot in Philadelphia that's going to be coming out in the fall of 2021. And he'll be directing that, his first time as a director. So all of that coming onto the ITA dinner table on Saturday, April the 17th, with filmmaker, writer, and humorist Dan Scully. I hope you'll join us. In the meantime, hoping you're getting your vaccine, that everybody in your pod is having a little bit more space in that pod and getting some fresh air, thinking creatively, figuring out what the next phase of all of this is going to look like. Until then, I hope you'll join us here Saturdays at 5 p.m. And we hope to see you next week with a conversation with Dan Scully. Be well.